Scorpio rising. This is your 2021 Scorpio rising astrological forecast. And we will look at Mars through the signs, the Jupiter Saturn conjunction, Mercury retrograde phases, Venus through the signs, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, as well as the 2021 eclipses. But first off, we've got Mars in Taurus, and that is from January 1 to March the 3rd. Now, this is a very powerful fixed sign emphasis and will make a T-square to your 7th house with you and your rising and the wonderful Jupiter-Saturn connection in Aquarius. However, you will be putting exceptionally an amount of energy into your 7th house. Now, Scorpio rising, but just be sure you don't put too much of that powerful Scorpio energy in your partnership sector, as it does make a fixed sign T-square with Mars and Uranus joining up there. So there could be some unexpected and unique ups and downs at this time with legal affairs, partnership issues, and any relationships. But with that Scorpio shrewd insight, you'll know just how to fix things up. Now, moving along, we have March 3rd to April 23rd. We have Mars through the sign of Gemini, and that is in your natal 8th house. And Mars there is exceptionally gabby with regards to all those deep, heavy emotions, and it may be a good time to talk about beginning or ending something important to you. And, well, look into those property issues and wills and trusts at this time, Scorpio ascendant. Now, moving along from April 23rd to June 11th, we have Mars in the sign of Cancer, and that will be in your 9th house. Oh, you're so sweet about talking to everybody from foreign lands, looking into those amazing business deals and contracts, especially since Mars makes a blessed grand trine to your ascendant and Neptune. Now, moving along, we have Mars in Leo from June 11th to July 29th, and Mars is, yes, at the top of your chart, Scorpio rising, but yes, again, it makes a fixed sign T-square, so be the boss, but not too bossy, Scorpio rising. However, you know, being a Scorpio, how to utilize your power just so. People will look to you for your authority and being the boss, especially if Mars in Leo is at the top of your chart on your midheaven. Moving along, we have July 29th to September 14th. We have Mars in nitty-picky Virgo, but it likes to hang out with your Scorpio ascendant Scorpio, and that's in your friend zone. Oh, your friends are looking to you for all the action with your organization and all that action with social media. You are the leader of your buddies now, Scorpio rising. Moving along, we have Mars in Libra, and that will be in your 12th house, and that will be from September 14th to October 30th, Scorpio. Oh, so why are some of those juicy Libra Mars Scorpio secrets coming out now? It's a good time for some downtime and some meditation, Scorpio. Take action with anything medical in your 12th house. However, it does bump into a T-square with Pluto, so make sure that your dreams and psychic visions are just so. Moving along, we have Mars in the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio rising from October 30th until December 13th. Oh boy, Scorpio rising, does Mars love to be in your sign of Scorpio, since it rules Scorpio. And over your first house, ooh, way will you be so energetic and taking action in just about everything. Nobody can refuse you now, Scorpio, with your action. But yes, don't be too busy a body, because yes, it does bump into a T-square with Uranus in Taurus and a Saturn-Jupiter conjunction in Aquarius. But because of all your power, Scorpio, people will sit up and listen to you. Now, moving along, finally we have Mars in the sign of Sagittarius from December 13th until the end of the year. And Mars is so audacious in your second house, Scorpio rising. You will take charge with all money issues and with anything with your values, as Mars loves to be in Sagittarius too. Oh, what a fun, loving time for you with all money matters. Now, moving along, we have the notorious Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Aquarius, and that will be Scorpio rising in your fifth house. No, make that Scorpio rising your fourth house, because it's a great and expansive time for all your family and property issues. Now, make sure that you are on the up and up with family because of that fixed sign T-square again, because family and you could get into some conflicts now. But because Jupiter and Saturn are there, expanding your life in such a rare conjunction and in such a rare way right now, you will find that dream home. Hey, Scorpio rising, were you thinking about a career in real estate? Now, moving along, the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction will be in conjunction until the early part of March at the 7 degrees. But after that, it will no longer be in conjunction with your fourth house. However, Jupiter and Saturn will still remain there until May 13th, when Jupiter decides to go into Pisces. Now, that is in your fifth house, Scorpio rising. Now, it will be a brief time, and Jupiter will also go retrograde in the sign of Pisces on June 21st, but it will stay there until July 28th. So for that brief time, Scorpio rising, you're going to see some expansion in your love life. Oh boy, think of all those suitors. But for you involved, Scorpio rising, love and romance couldn't be better, especially with Neptune and Pisces there. This is a time to expand your family, or you will find you are having fun times with all kids, grandkids, and the like. What a time to very well put out some of those sensitivities into your expressive and creative nature. Now, Saturn will go retrograde from May 24th to December 10th. And Saturn is a teacher, but it's going to go retrograde in your fourth house of what? Family again. But again, Saturn represents karma, and it can be some stumbling blocks, but you will have much to learn about your history, your family, and hey, there may be some stumbling blocks with those repairs now, Scorpio ascendant, but because you're just such a brilliant Scorpio rising, you'll know just how to repair those repairs. Now, moving along, we have Mercury retrograde phases from the 1st January 30th to February 21st, and that will go respectively respectively from Aquarius to Capricorn. And that again is your family and property zone, Scorpio rising. So while Mercury is in your fourth house, again, there could be some conflicts and mix-ups or delays regarding family right now. Good time, because it is retrograde, to go back in time to look at your genealogy and to make sure that those renovations are on point. Now, once Mercury goes into your then third house, that is of communications, and since Mercury rules communications, even though it will be in Capricorn, Scorpio rising, make sure the written or the spoken word is very clear now. Moving along, we've got Mercury retrograde second phase from May 30th to June 23rd, and that respectively is in Gemini to Taurus, and that will be in your 8th then 7th house. Oh, with Mercury retrograde, do not become too gabby and too emotional, and make sure any connection with wills, trusts, or closures for anything now, Scorpio rising, will work out to your advantage. Once Mercury flips back into the 7th house, it's conflict time, and with that T-square again, with anything regarding legal affairs, the public, or those love relationships, just make sure your honey is being straight with you. Now, moving along, the final Mercury retrograde phase is September 27th to October 18th, and respectively, that goes from Libra to Virgo, from your 12th house to your 11th house. Now, with 12th house Mercury retrograde, make sure that you are as happy as can be and look into those meditative efforts. Mercury retrograde there could bring out some of those hidden secrets and juicy information for you. And of course, Scorpio can relate with the Libra influence there, even Mercury retrograde, because you love those juicy secrets, Scorpio rising. Once Mars will flip back into your 11th house, okay, now your friends are telling you some juicy secrets, Scorpio rising. Oh, make sure you are on the up and up with those buddies close to you. Now, moving along, we are going to sweep Venus through the signs, and the first one, Venus, is in elevated Pisces from February 25th to March 21st, and Venus loves to be in Pisces, and she's hanging out in your lovely, oh so sweet 5th house. Okay, so this is a time you will have so many people that you want to date, but at the very least, your attached honey will think you are just grand, especially since Venus is hanging out with Neptune. Oh, it's a great time to hang out again with the kids and the grandkids, and because it is a water sign emphasis, oh, right now, everybody thinks that you have such talent and you are so creative and expressive. Scorpio rising. Moving along, we have March 21st to April 14th. We have Venus in zesty Aries, and that Scorpio rising is going to be in your 6th house. Oh, those co-workers just want to get with you and talk. And it's a great time to find that very sweet Venus new job or new career. Okay, so why do you love working overtime now, Scorpio rising? Now, we go from April 14th to May 8th. We have Venus in the sweet sign of Taurus. And boy, with Venus lighting up your 7th house, well, you're going to win that lawsuit. Oh, you're going to begin one. This is a great time. Now, Scorpio ascendant and partnerships are just sucking up to you. Oh, everything is so balanced now with Venus Venus in Taurus in your 7th house. Moving along, we got May 8th to June 2nd. We have Venus through the Gabby sign of Gemini. Oh, you just feel so versatile right now, and you just feel that you have to express those deep Scorpio concerns. And why are you in charge of all of those property matters now and good contracts? Scorpio rising. Now we have June 2nd to June 27th. We have Venus in the sweet sign of Cancer, making a blessed grand trine to your rising sign and the Neptune influence with Pisces. So your career, contracts, and all those wheeling dealing couldn't go better, especially if Venus is at the top of your chart. Scorpio rising on the midheaven. Now, moving along, we have Venus in the dramatic sign of Leo, and that is from June 27th to July 21st. And Venus likes to be in Leo. She is oh so dramatic there, but yes, it does bump into a fixed sign T-square, Scorpio rising. So you are so beloved being the boss, but don't be too bossy, although you'll be able to sweet talk your superiors into giving you some of those rewards and looking at you as number one. Moving along, we have July 21st to August 16th. We have Venus in the nitty-picky sign of Virgo, and that is going to sweeten the pot in your 11th house. And Venus in Virgo loves to hang out with your Scorpio rising. So this is a great time for those popularity contests. Scorpio rising, your acquaintances, friends, and everyone will think you are just genius because you have Venus there. It's a great time for you and your best buddy to have wonderful, sweet talking meetups. Now, we've got Venus in its own in the sign of Libra, and that is August 16th to September 10th. Now, this is a great time that you want some downtime and alone time. Take that walk out in nature, Scorpio rising, that you have been anticipating. Great time to do some soul searching. And yes, again, some of those juicy secrets could come out now. And it's a great time to have some of those maybe alternative medical procedures you've been holding off on. Now, moving along to Venus through the sign of Scorpio. This will be September 10th to October 7th. Scorpio rising. And where is Venus right now? Over your first house. You can be more magnetic or sexier. People are just so enthralled with you, and you look so attractive. Why are you getting that nude do, Scorpio rising? Put your best foot forward. But yes, that's another T-square with the Uranus and Taurus and the notorious Saturn-Jupiter conjunction in Aquarius. Just don't be too assertive. But hey, even then, people can't refuse your sexy power now with Venus through your sign, Scorpio ascendant. Moving along, we have October 7th to November 5th. We have Venus in fun-loving Sagittarius in your second house. And why are you feeling especially generous now, Scorpio rising, with your money? You just want to give and you want to spend, but it's also a great time with Venus in Sagittarius sweetening the pot in all your money efforts. Moving along, we have Venus in that serious sign of Capricorn, and that is from November 5th to the end of the year. Oh, it's so serious with the locales. You are so sweetly popular while you are running those errands now. Hey, and it's a great time for that new vehicle and express the written or verbal word now. Scorpio ascendant. Moving along, we've got Uranus retrograde phase up until just January 14th. But even though it's within 2 weeks with Uranus and Taurus in your 7th house, you may feel like everything is going up and down in your relationship zone. But thank goodness that is temporary. Oh, up until September 19th, and then it goes retrograde until the end of the year. Just make sure there are no unexpected ups and downs with your relationships now, Scorpio rising. But because you're a Scorpio, you know just what to do in all partnerships. Moving along, we've got Neptune going retrograde on June 25th to all year, and that is in your natal or solar 5th house, Scorpio rising. So even though Neptune is retrograde, you want to make sure that all those closest to you with love and romance are very clear to you and extremely honest, since Neptune can be rather sweet and sour. You don't want to be deceived, and it's a great time to go back into the past and pick up some of those hobbies with regards to your 5th house. Scorpio rising, we have Pluto retrograde in Capricorn from April 27th until November 1st. And Pluto is going to be in your natal or solar 3rd house. And Pluto loves to be in Capricorn, and Capricorn loves power. So this is a time to communicate the written or spoken word with effort and power, Scorpio rising. But because it is retrograde, don't go overboard with the communicative or spoken word. However, because Pluto is retrograde, you must look for some delays or breakdowns in communication or repairs. But with the 3rd house and Pluto in Capricorn, Scorpio, everyone will sit up and take notice of your powerful speech at this time. At the eclipses of 2021, Scorpio ascendant. Now, the first one will be May 26, 2021, a total lunar eclipse, and that's at 5 degrees Scorpio. And where is that going to be but in your 2nd house of money again, Scorpio rising? But this will be a full moon, so make sure that your valuables stick around and make sure that all your speech is so sweet. Moving along, we have a annular solar eclipse at 19 degrees Gemini, and that is on June 10th, 2021. That is a new moon, Scorpio, and it's in Gemini in your 8th house. Oh, you feel so wonderful to express those deep thoughts and feelings right now. Okay, so people want to look to you to look over their trusts and wills, but it's a great time to close the book on anything you don't feel good about on this new moon, Scorpio rising. And we then have on November 19th, 2021, we have the powerful partial lunar eclipse in the powerful sign of Taurus. Now, this is a full moon, Scorpio, and it will be in your 7th house of relationships. Oh, the energy is going to be so strong with regards to all 7th house affairs. Make sure if you are in the public eye that you keep it on the up and up. And with partnerships and legal affairs, make sure you read the fine print in all legal issues and that your partners are being straight with you and you don't want any conflicts at this particular time, Scorpio rising. Finally, on December 4th, 2021, we have a total solar eclipse, and that is at 12 degrees of Sagittarius. This is now a new moon, Scorpio, in your 2nd house. So you are looking for new sources of income because this is the great time to watch and expand on all money matters. Make your change grow Hello now, Scorpio rising. So overall, the emphasis for 2021, Scorpio, will be in your fourth house with that notorious and rare Jupiter-Saturn conjunction there, both retrograde and direct. So this is a time to keep your eye on all family issues, but because you're so insightful, Scorpio rising, you definitely will. Also a great time, because it's so rare, to buy that rare piece of property. Also, seventh house seems to be lighting up in 2021 for you. Just keep an eye out on all partnership and legal matters. Make sure there is not much in the way of aggression or confusion there. But like all of 2021, Scorpio rising, everything will be just fine. If you'd like to get in touch with me, my contact information is down below. I give one-on-one readings and written reports. Please subscribe to this channel and press the bell notification. Until next time, many, many blessings.